Well, good afternoon almost. It's 11 o'clock in Pacific time zone. However, now we are going around into the afternoon and the balance of the time zones. And yes, we have my dear friend and one of the returning uh, last year it was the 24-hour telethon. This year it's the
Mm.
36-hour give-a-thon, but it is the Giving Tuesday event. We have Rodney Allgood, who many know is the gentleman poet. He is the man that just, I mean, you have a way with words that is like singing. However, it is through poetry and through heart and meaning and just absolutely, I mean, we had people asking for you to come back. In fact, we had someone make sure that you did because she reached out and made it happen.
Yes,
Right?
yes, yes, yes. Glad to be here. So I'm glad you had me back. We had fun last year.
We did. We actually had a really great time, didn't we? We had Jenny Moaks there, which love Jenny, and so many of the volunteers that were there in Vegas, and you came over and did your performance. Today you're here with us streaming live, and what is it about Giving Tuesday? What is it about what we are doing with Chemo Buddies for Life that keeps calling you back?
Well, I hope you don't mind. They decided to trim the hedges right when we got started here. So
It's
hope
okay.
that's not too much of a distraction. But it's an awesome cause. It's something that I don't think anyone really paid much mind to till you did, right? I mean, the need for support when someone is going through something like that. And not everybody has big tight families. Not everybody has that kind of support. Uh, and it's the toughest thing you can go through. I mean, really, I mean, such. I've never been in the situation you have, but the desperation that you must feel, and that what can be added with a kind word or with a hug, and just knowing somebody's there. Human beings, we're social creatures, and we should never go through anything like that alone. So what a great cause. I mean, and it's been great watching you grow this. I've probably known you for maybe 3 years now, but
Yeah, you have. You've known me since you've known me, Rodney, since before we actually got our
mm,
paperwork back as a 501c3. You've known me that long.
wow,
Yeah.
very cool. So
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
pleasure. I love watching things grow like this, and such a good cause.
Thank you. Thank you. And I appreciate your support always and forever. And you know what? You just have a special place in my heart. You know that. And so what are you going to be doing for us today?
Well, let's try and inspire some people. That's what I do. So
Okay, I'm going to drop myself from the line and I'm going to let you
all
have the
right.
stage.
All right. So basically, today we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about the need for courage in our lives. Whenever we're going through things and whenever we're supporting someone else, we need courage. We need resiliency. Okay. So I'm going to do a poem that deals with that resiliency. How do we come back from things? How do we have courage to make it through the other side of whatever we're going through? Whenever we get to the other side of a challenge, we find that we're stronger. Maybe not physically, but in some ways we're stronger. Whenever we get through something, we're exercising that muscle of courage and resiliency that will help us through whatever we're going through in life. And we're going to share a poem that has to do with support and friendship. How can we be the best friend to someone? And I like to say that, we probably got 4 or 5 real true friends, you know, real true inner circle friends. Maybe it's less than 5, but the goal in life should really be to be in that inner circle of lots of people. That's when we could tell we're quality people, where lots of people put us on that list. So how can we be a good friend? How can we be someone who's there for someone who's going through something like, chemotherapy or going through cancer? I'm going to share a poem that has to do with attitude. You choose how you want to show up every day. Happiness is something that we choose. We decide to be it. It's not the easiest thing, but we wake up and we decide how we want to go through life, how we want to navigate through life. And where we're going through tough times, it's our attitude that makes the biggest difference in the world. We're going to talk about your belief system. What you believe, what you see up here, we normally cause to happen in our reality. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about timeliness. Why not? Why do we delay? Why delay? Whatever we're going to do it now. We're not promised tomorrow. It's great if we can get through things, but at some point, we will have spent our last moment here, right? So we want to make sure that we live a life that matters, a life that affected others, and the world is a better place because we existed. And contributing and being a part of a cause like this, of course, it helps us to be better people. So let's get through some of these things that I mentioned. Okay. Courage, resiliency. I'm going to share a poem called A Diamond. It goes like this. Have you ever been knocked down to the ground, like the life you built got turned upside down? Taking blow after blow, you're trying to cope, always looking ahead, but you see no hope. Illness, breakups, loss of finances can make you feel like you've blown all your chances. You may scream out, why do I deserve this curse? Here comes another day, and it seems to get worse. Remember, life will test us all. Count the times you rise up, not how many you fall. Resolve in your heart to never be a quitter. Always get better and never get bitter. Some people might wonder how a diamond is created. Well, it's the intense pressure on a rock that made it. And if you found one, you'd be so happy you found it, for it carries more value than the stones that surround it. So if intense pressure is a state you find your life in, you're simply in the process of becoming a diamond. Resiliency, knowing that whatever we're going through is making us better, is making us stronger, is giving us more value. There's a lot of pressure that gets put on a rock before it becomes a diamond. But if we resolve in our heart to always get better and never get bitter, to get better in here, to learn from the things that we go through so we can add value to the life of others, we will live a worthy life indeed. The next thing we're going to talk about is friendship. How can we be the best friend to someone? An inner circle friend, I call it. Someone who you know is there for you, someone who's always got your best interest at hand. When we go through things, we immediately look for these people. What is a friend like? What are we looking for? What are we trying to be to other people? This poem is called A Friend. It goes like this. A friend, there's no more precious thing on earth than someone who looks past your flaws and sees your priceless worth. A friend shows up when the chips are down, lends you a helping hand when you hit the ground. A friend is there for you when you've lost your way and says the truth that others are afraid to say. When you're happy, a real friend is happy too. Never jealous, a friend wants the best for you. Through life's ups and downs, a friend is there for the ride. You never feel alone. A friend is by your side. A friend and an acquaintance are not the same. One knows your heart, the other just your name. A friend is the wing that's beneath your wings. A friend is the wind that's beneath your wings. A friend believes in you and your biggest dreams. We may know a lot of people, but we must understand that we can count our true friends on just one hand. So the goal in life, I would say, is to be a person that's on the one hand of a lot of people. Be that friend, be that person that always comes through. Be that person that people look for because they know you're solid. They know you have your back. And at times like going through an illness, that's when they need us the most. A real friend is there through your toughest times. You see, acquaintances tend to vanish when you go through things. Acquaintances are there through the good times, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. We all have acquaintances and then we have friends. But make sure that you identify who your friends are. Who are those 5 people that you could count on? If you've got more, you're lucky. You're living a great life. But learn to be a friend and learn to identify your friend. Never take your friends for granted. Sometimes we take people for granted. Reach out to them, touch them all the time. Just make sure that they're there. Make sure you know that you love them. The next thing we're going to talk about is your attitude. When we're going through things, we can choose to have the best attitude that we can muster up in these times. But in day-to-day life, we need to wake up and choose our attitude. Happiness is a choice. We choose it. We choose to focus on where we're blessed, not where we're challenged. And this one goes like this. It's called happiness. Because happiness is a choice. No, it's not a situation. You see, life can bring heartache, frustration. Wait, how does this one go? I haven't said this one in a long time. Happiness is a choice. No, it's not a destination. I forgot this poem. I haven't said it in years. Let's go on to another one that I remember. Okay, so it's in the same vein. This is called Thank You. I can remember this one. So it's in the same vein of choosing your attitude. This is about being or having an attitude of gratitude. Let's see if I can remember this one. It goes like this. Take a moment, look around you. It's hard to ignore all the things in life that you should be grateful for. The sun that rises every morning, the birds that sing, all the joy that the laughter of a child can bring, the endless ocean, the glorious sky. You see, the list goes on if you really try. A home-cooked meal, the roof over our head, a good night's sleep on a king-size bed. The family that loves us, the friends that care, our God-given talents we were born to share. The magnificent mountains that peak in the clouds, the way we feel when we laugh out loud. A piano, a bass, or a saxophone creates beautiful music when we're chilling all alone. A stranger's smile, a chivalrous man buying fresh picked fruits from a roadside stand. A newborn baby with that new baby smell. Old folks we love with the stories they tell. Life is so full of gifts, there's nothing more true. Take a moment each day and say the words, thank you. So I remember that one. It's hard to remember all these words. But gratitude, having an attitude of gratitude, being grateful for little things. You know, when life knocks us on our tails, suddenly we realize the little things that matter. Things that we ignored when everything was smooth. Things that we ignored when life was really rolling. When challenges arise, suddenly we smell the flowers. Suddenly we're thankful of the people in our lives that love us, and we notice it. We notice the little things that people do. Well, let's try to stay in that state all the time. Let's not try to vacillate in and out of that. Gratitude. Every day, wake up, write 3 or 4 things that you're grateful for. Think of the people that you're grateful for. Think of the people that you love. Reach out and tell them that you love them. We're not here forever. We're not promised tomorrow. Be grateful for the little things. Our health, when we're healthy, be grateful for our health, because when we're ill, the only thing we want is our health. So learn to be grateful for everything you have going on in your life right now. Let me see if I can remember that other poem. Give me a second. Okay, let's try it again. Happiness is a choice. No, it's not a situation. You see, life can bring you victory, sometimes heartbreak and frustration. If you base your happiness on all the things that are external, it'll lead to disappointment, and the kind that is eternal. Happiness is a choice. Learn to choose it every day. Never let your sense of joy be lost in the things that people say. Happiness is contagious. Learn to spread it far and wide. Never let your sense of self be spoiled by the things that come from outside. Happiness is a choice. Ah, God, I forgot that one. Anyway, I need to work on that one. I have not said that one in years. But let's stick with the poems that I remember. That's a good one. I need to remember the end of that poem. So I got, we still good? Okay. So let's go to your belief system. What do you believe? What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe is possible? What do you believe is your contribution on earth? Belief. If you knock, it shall be open. And if you ask, you shall receive. Now, what you need to find deep in your heart is faith and to believe. You see, having doubt is just like poison. It spreads death to all your dreams. But you having faith is the expectation that what you see will come to be. Now, never let anyone around you tell you what you can do, for they can't comprehend, nor can they understand a dream that was meant for you. Now, the word fear, that stands for false expectation appearing to be real, but fear will dissipate. If you have faith, you'll find a strength that you can feel. Now, you've heard this said before that there's nothing that you cannot do. Learn to let that sink deep in your soul and know this to be true. That if you believe down to your core, there's nothing that you can achieve. And it all begins, listen close, my friends, with a dream that you believe. Belief. What you believe in here, we create outside. We help our friends when they're struggling, when we believe in them, when we believe that they're coming back from a situation. That helps them. That helps them. Our belief is powerful. Words have energy. Words are powerful. Thoughts are powerful. Our belief is powerful. One last poem I'd like to give to you. We're not promised tomorrow. We need to do what we're going to do today. Life can be gone like this. Every single year when we go into a new year, we think back and older we get, we lose a few people. We didn't show them we loved them enough. We didn't pursue our dreams the way we should. You know, all these things that we keep putting off. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever you're going to do in life, do it now. Make the moves now. Know what you want. Know why you want it. Don't worry about how it's going to come. It will come. It goes like this. In the blink of an eye, each moment becomes the past. You see, nothing stays forever. Only the memories last. A young woman, she dreams of her wedding day, but in a blink, the day is here. Then it's gone away. Our babies and toddlers, we watch them frolic and play, but in a blink, they grow up and they're no longer this way. Now grown and on their own, in the blink of an eye. Sometimes we all wonder, when did the years pass by? In the blink of an eye, our elders are gone. Suddenly it's upon us to pick up and carry on. In the blink of an eye, we are young no more. So ask yourself this one question: what am I waiting for? Live a life that's inspired. Don't let it end with regret. Find your purpose and your passion, one this world won't soon forget. The time is now. You've got one life to live, so spread your wings and fly. For this ride, it may be over in the blink of an eye. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time and attention. I'm sorry I could not remember that one poem. I have not said it in years, so some of the words are floating off on me, but I hope I said a few things.
Oh, you were awesome. And you set the stage for our next segment, which is 4 hours of going from Toronto to Florida to California to show what it is that we are doing in live events. And you helped set the stage for a transition into this period of the 36 hours. So Rodney,
awesome.
Allgood, thank you so very much for coming and lending your gentleman poetry skills and talents. You just always inspire. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. It was an honor to be here. That was fun. This is a great virtual event. I love it.
And we are raising funds.
Yes.
It is Giving Tuesday. So every dollar turns to two. So donate now. ChemoBuddiesForLife.org or CB4L.org. We're doing it.
All right.
And Rodney, you've been watching it.
All right. Yes.
All right.
So I'm gonna go and brush up on that one poem I can't remember. I gotta go get that in my head.
Go. Thank you so very much. We'll see you again, and then next year you're back.
All right.
Take care. Right. Okay. Bye. All right. Now let's bring up into the line. We have Stephen Smith. We have
Hey, you can go for your smoke quickly now.
We're gonna take your mic down, and we have Misty Blue. Hello, everybody. So,
hello. How is everybody?
Good. And I just wanted to really quick, and then I'm going to let the Toronto group go down from the line in a moment, and we'll stay with you, Stephen. But I wanted to just say that right now we just had Rodney Allgood that set the stage for the 4 hours. You know, his poetry, and I hope the energy was just like, okay, we can do this. I love his messages because it's about family, it's about hope, it's about, you know, being there, it's about time. And that's everything that you guys have been talking about. So it was like not an accident that we brought him on. So you're in Sarasota, Florida, and
Yes,
then
I am.
we've got Misty Blue and Carol Brown at Punk Ass Piercing and Tattoo. And so right? I did that right? Did I do that right? Okay, just a minute. Okay, let me get you off mic. Or there we go. Carol, what?
It's Punk Piercing Inc.
Oh, Punk Piercing Inc.
No, let me just Misty say it. Oh, Misty's
Oh,
muted.
right here. Okay, there you go.
It's Punk Ass Piercing Inc.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
Punk
Right.
Ass Piercing Inc.
There you
Do
go.
it right?
Yes.
There you go. Okay.
Awesome.
We're going to be bringing you back up on the line in a few moments. I'm going to talk with Steven, and this is going to be fun. I am really excited about it. So,
Yeah, we got something exciting that we're going to do for our opening.
pardon?
We have something really exciting to do our opening.
Okay. Well,
All right, I can't wait.
Steven, and then we will be all yours for the opening. Okay. Okay. Just for a moment. Okay. Be right back. Okay, Steven, you were there in Sarasota, Florida. You're at the Sunrise Pavilion, correct?
I am. Yes, I am at the Sunrise Pavilion. I'm down here on Siesta Key Beach in Sarasota, Florida.
And show me that sign again.
I love it.
You know, it's a much fancier.
We have an event here.
Yes,
We do.
yes.
Come this way. I know. I saw you had that sign. It's like, that's awesome.
I love it. I love
Perfect.
it.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
so why don't we do this? I'm going to go back to Misty and Carol and get their event started. And then I'm going to come back
Yes.
and then spend time with you. And we're going to go over
Wonderful.
what it is that you are doing there, because I know you've got a lot going on. Okay.
We do. We got some stuff. So I'll talk
Okay.
about that in a minute.
Okay. I'll be back in a few moments.
Sounds great.
All right. All right, now there we go. Okay, can't unmute because Carol, you have yourself muted.
There we go.
Okay, so how's it going there? It sounds like it's pretty exciting, and you have some. You said that you have some opening ceremonies going on.
We were just going to get a group of us together, and we're just going to yell Toronto.
Well, that works. I love it. And you're going to be showing us the facility there, right?
Yes, I'm going to flip my camera.
Okay.
Right now, this is actually a tattoo going on right now.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Say hello, Lance. So just waiting for the camera crew to, they got a little bit of a glitch in their camera.
Okay, that's all right. I mean, we've been dealing with glitches a bit all day, but you know what? We're still live and going, and we are on hour number, what, 36?
I know it was 19 this morning, so we're 20 something.
23, I think. We're on hour number 23 now. So we're going strong. Okay, so talk about this event, Misty. Why is it that you decided to go ahead? This is your establishment. Why is it that you open your doors to this 4-hour event to benefit Chemo Buddies for Life?
It's a great event. We've all been touched by it. We all support it. We need more support for it. I don't think enough people will reach out and be a part.
And I have to say, I'm really impressed by your social media presence. I have seen so many cool and unusual posts that you've been creating in regards to this event. I've been very impressed. I need to learn from you.
I was kind of I was happy that you shared some of it because I thought it was a little too risque.
You know what? Does cancer discriminate? Is cancer too risque? Is cancer, it's like we need to we need to meet cancer at the curb and kick it away.
Well, that's it.
And that's why I appreciate you, because we need to also increase. We need the younger crowd. We need not to cater to one particular group. I may come across as one particular kind of person, right? However, in truth, I see myself completely different,
For sure. Well, it affects everybody. Like, it doesn't affect just one group. We're all very fast here. Ignorance it only affects certain age demographics or family demographics. It's a nation global epidemic that everybody needs to have. But everybody needs support in that.
Exactly. So I appreciate the fact that you stepped up and you said yes. And Carol, you got to give Carol a lot of credit, because Carol, you went there and you said, okay, I believe in this. We need to do this. And the two of you have been working on this event for a while.
Yes, we have been.
And you even got the school to get involved, right?
Yes, I did. Centennial College. They're just setting up the camera now, and we'll be filming everything that's going on today. I just showed the food and stuff that we got here. So I'm just gonna flip my camera just to show you the raffle stuff.
Okay. Oh, cool.
So this is our raffle.
Wow. There's a lot of stuff there. Carol, you amaze me. Truly.
So, and then we got the crew coming in, and this is the camera crew right now from Centennial College. Everybody want to just wave at the camera, say hello. Hey. So they're just taking a picture of the tattoo being done right now. And I'm gonna flip back.
We are now blowing up. I haven't even kept. There were no comments, and then all of a sudden there's 26 of them. It's like in 2 seconds, and so we have people showing up and saying, first of all, we had the poetry reading, which was, I don't know if you guys had a chance to listen to it. Then let's see here. Let's go to, okay, we got to go to Steven, and now, okay, here we go. So good job. And hour number 24. I guess I was wrong. Aaron, thank you for keeping us straight. And so Helene is saying hello to everyone. And there is no box. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Okay, so Aaron is calling you guys a rock star, ready to go. Go team. So,
So just let you,
it
tattoo
seems
that
as
this
though
girl is getting.
It's got an energy. You got an energy going on there, Misty.
Yeah, we try.
It's cool. It really is.
Started, but
So this is the tattoo that's going on right now.
There you go. Hey, absolutely. How possible? Does it hurt to get a tattoo?
Of course it does.
it's not painful. It's
It's an annoyance.
It's a lower irritable.
I mean, I'm looking at your neck and I'm thinking that's a pretty sensitive area there, though, right?
The healing's a little bit more invasive than the actual tattoo.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. Sure. Sure. And so now, as far as the event is planned, what times do we have any hard times that I need to make sure that I am back to you guys? Do we know when anybody's showing up?
Um, the, the deputy counsel will be here at 4 p.m.
4 p.m. your time, so that's 1 p.m. my time. Okay, because I'm gonna make sure that I have these, and so okay, so 1 p.m. And then for those, I know that we've talked about it, but since we're live now, this is a fundraiser, and you have multiple different avenues that you're working right now. Missy,
Yeah.
you opened up your facility, and what is it that you are doing for it?
We are doing $100 cancer tattoos. We're doing the F cancer tattoos and breast cancer tattoos and any other kind of cancer tattoos for $100, and we're donating all proceeds to the Cancer Buddy Society. And we have the raffle going. We're donating gift cards and all of our apparel and punk ass apparel. So we've got a lot happening, and people are just giving donations out of the good of their heart, sending them in. So we've got a lot going on.
You do. And then Carol's been baking up a storm, right? In regards to the food and everything. I know that she was showing us examples when she was doing some test runs, and I'll tell you that looked pretty darn good. So
Yeah, we've got a lot of other people that have been putting in, and people coming in later that are bringing stuff, and it's just kind of just a community event. Everybody's just showing up and doing their thing.
I love it. Thank you for that. And so this is a true, do you have an estimate? Do you have a goal in mind of what you are looking to raise at this event?
Anything's worth doing it. I would if I raise $5, then it'd be worth it. So if anything I make it's definitely a plus. So I'm not going to put a big number out there. I'm just looking to make anything.
I agree with you 100%, but I'm asking because you know it, you put it out there and you know the intention. So thank you. I totally appreciate it, and I'm watching as we go because she's turned it around, and oh, the camera crew is now. It looks like they're now filming. Oh, so they have a sound. This is so cool. Aaron's funny. So, Camera Hunter, are you ready for a tat? I just love you. You know, it's so much fun having all of us working together on this. And so I'm going to go back to Stephen. Or are you guys going to be doing your, now that the film crew is up, did you want to do your opening ceremony? I can't hear you.
They're just
okay. All right. Well, then we'll be back. Just wave to me because I'll be able to see you from the corner of my eye down on the line, and I'll bring you back.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go back to Steven. I'll see you guys in a few minutes.
All right.
Okay. All right, Steven. So, did you see that? My goodness, they've got a lot going on up there in Toronto.
I tell you what, yeah, it makes you want to have a tattoo, doesn't it?
I don't know. Aaron's,
yeah, I don't know either, really.
Aaron's, you know, I love it. And you're right, Barbara. So cool. We're going back and forth now because this is where we're going into the let's say the third quarter. We're going into the third quarter of this event, and we thought bringing the energy level up by going and showing that we've got volunteers that are in different areas of not only the United States, but of the North American continent. Because we've got you in Florida, and we've got Carol and Misty in Toronto, Canada. And
that's so awesome. Yeah.
And we just heard from Rodney, and he's in Las Vegas. And so, you know, from the west to the east to the north. And what is it that you're doing there? Why don't you show us a little bit around your neck of the woods of what you're set up?
Sure, I can do that. I came up here. I'm standing up here actually on like a raised area. I wanted to show the beach real quick because, of course, that's what this is about down here. Siesta Key is the #1 beach in the United States. It's been voted that twice, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
But you know, we love it here, and it is just incredible. It's actually a quartz sand beach, and that's what makes it so beautiful. Is that the sand is just like powder. And it's the most grounding thing I've ever experienced in my life. And one of the reasons, other than I have family that was living here, is why I came, is Siesta Key Beach. And I use it in my motto all the time, you know, Siesta Key is the #1 beach. But I came down here because this is a popular place, and come sunset, the parking lot is going to be full. There'll be a lot of people, but now it's actually the coldest day of the year today. It's like, oh my goodness, it had to be cold today. Why today? But it is, but that's okay. So there's not a lot of people here yet, but we are hoping that a bunch of people will be coming down here because, of course, we're trying to raise funds for Chemo Buddies for Life. And so in the background here, we got the Gulf of Mexico behind me and a big beach. It'll take me a minute to get out there, so we'll save that for the next time around. But I am just right here. You can see it's a beautiful place. Behind me actually is whoa, if I don't fall, then we'll be okay. So behind me right here is the picnic area. I rented a space here. I got a covered area. We've got barbecues. We're going to be cooking up some hot dogs. We've got drinks and some chips and stuff like that. We're hoping that people will come. If you happen to be in the area, we want you to come by. We want you to come have a hot dog. We want you to donate, of course, to Chemo Buddies for Life, because it's about raising funds for Chemo Buddies. And that's why I'm here. I had signs made. I've made this into a big deal down here. And we're going to try and raise money, but we're going to have fun too. And we're going to just watch. We're working right now on getting the TV set up so that people can come by. They can watch the Give-A-Thon. It's just going to be some great fun. But wonderful place down here. I'll take us around if you want me to.
Sure.
Yeah, let me just do this.
I'll beautiful. Oh my.
So this is actually like a picnic area that you can see out here. There's my dad over there in the distance. He's came down here to help me. We're walking back up here. We're right next to, actually, they've got a brand new concession center. So that's where the concessions are. So I thought that I had a pretty good place. We were certainly hoping that I would have a lot of traffic. That's why I came down here. But everybody's staying inside. I don't know why, but they are.
So what's cold to you guys? What is cold?
I'll tell you what's cold. 64 degrees or so, like 62, 64. I was freezing this morning. It was 46 degrees this morning, but that's just like freezing for us down here in Florida, you know,
Right,
but it's
right.
warm if you're from up north.
It's relative, right? Yeah.
You know, and interestingly enough, of course, I come originally from Ontario, Canada. So Toronto, I mean, just up the road from Kitchener, you know.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's probably kind of cool too as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we have traffic.
Awesome.
It's not my traffic, but yes, Sarasota County Parks here.
Yes.
They're out here helping us out. So we got a bunch of food though. I mean, we haven't got really started on it. We just kind of got here. We're getting set up, but you can see I got a bunch of food. We got barbecues back here. We've got TVs. We're just going to have a great old time. That's the whole idea.
I love it. It's a
All right.
barbecue in Florida called
Yes.
GivingTuesday and benefiting Chemo
It
Buddies
is.
for Life. I thank you for that. And so, do we have an idea so that I put it down here?
Yes.
What time the news will be coming there?
You know, I don't know what time the news is going to show up here. I've been kind of keeping my eye open. They said that they come down. I'm really grateful to several people. Emily Kinzer, who is now, she's actually the anchor for the morning news as well as the evening news. And so she's getting a lot of responsibility. So she's not going to be able to make it down here today because, of course, she was doing the news a little while ago. But the bottom line is that they've got a crew. We're on their calendar. So we're hoping that they will come out and they'll let people know that we're down here and we're ready to have some fun and raise some funds for you. So I don't know exactly what time.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We need buddies, by the way. You know, if
Yes.
I'll tell you, cancer touches everybody. It does. And personally, it's interesting, somewhat difficult. I totally understand, because I'm just going through a situation right now with a very dear friend of mine, has cancer, and he doesn't have very many days literally to live. And so I went over to his house and I let him know how much I cared about him. It's really important that people that have cancer know that there's someone that cares and that's there for them. And it's an opportunity for myself to just grow and learn through this experience. I've been there before. I've stood by my grandfather's bed when he passed away from cancer. It's in my family, and my grandmother and uncles and aunts. It's touched me. My ex-wife, she lost her life as well at a young age of 57. But the thing about it is this: people need support. They need to know that somebody's there, and that's why I decided to go ahead and be a part of this. And I'm just trying to do my part to let people know that it's so important that we reach out, particularly for the person that gets that diagnosis and they just withdraw. They don't want to tell anybody about anything. They just want to just curl up and die right then in some cases. And so I just want, the people that I know to know that I care. And that's why we need chemo buddies, support buddies. And if you're suffering with cancer as well, then this is an opportunity for you to get somebody to talk to that's willing to listen, that has probably been in the same situation that you've been. And so it just touched my heart. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing for you. And, I get to grow and learn, and I get to do it firsthand right within the days of doing this. It's touching me about as close as it can get.
Well, and I'm grateful. And in fact, in a little bit, we'll be sharing that video that Skip did that features some of the words that you shared during it. That was pretty impactful, don't you think?
Yeah, it really was. I mean, that was a moment there. I almost felt too like I wanted to do a video after walking out. My friend Jim Bennett, that's who I was referring to earlier, that's suffering. And I just want to a special shout out for Jim. Jim is such a dynamic person. We have a local business here, and he worked with us a lot in the past. And when we had jobs that we needed a plumber on, that's who we called. We called Jim, and just a great guy, loved country and Western music, just a really nice person, and was always there for us. And so I made sure that I went over there and said, Jim, I love you. I care about you. And so in the throes of having to experience this situation firsthand, it's brought up a lot for me to have to grow and come through as well, and just go, oh yeah. Because honestly, I think I had a mental block. It's like, you don't want to think about those things that are difficult sometimes.
Right.
But it's really important to actually address them just. I'm a big, the poems that were read first are so impactful. It's just my kind of stuff. It's really about taking accountability for our actions. And when we take accountability for ourselves and we empower ourselves, because today actually is Empowerment Tuesday. That's the name of my broadcast in the mornings. And so it's about empowering ourselves to take action. Because thoughts are just one thing. We can think about, oh, I'd like to go do that, and or I don't want to do that. It's about time to step through our fears and face our fear and say, yeah, it's when you give of yourself, you receive so much. It's so incredible. It's just it's helping me grow and learn and come to terms, with some experiences, particularly, my ex-wife. I hadn't thought about that for a minute, and it's like, wow.
Right. And in fact, you did mention, and and I appreciated the way that you went about it when you shared it with Skip, and then we shared it in the video, because it had to have been emotional, because you could tell that when we bury something, we don't always remember that we buried it. We don't always, and I'm not a therapist, I'm not a counselor, but I've experienced life, and I just know for myself that when I have buried something that at times it's just been one of those situations that it has a way of showing up.
Yes.
And when it does, and if I buried it without resolving it, sometimes it shows up when I least expect it. And and yet when you deal with it finally,
It's
it has,
freeing.
yes,
It's
right,
freeing.
right.
It helps release the burden, or some people might say that weight on your shoulders, or they say other things too. But the fact is that yes, when you're carrying a burden, um, for me, I've had to deal with a lot of stuff personally from choices that I had made, and some of those choices were simply just to deny about everything, and then to try and escape from the reality. And so what I had to learn was no, you have to face reality, and you don't have to do it with mind-altering drugs particularly. You just need to face it. You need to have faith in yourself. And I say, for me, it's about releasing the past and living right here in this moment, and then just trying to make the most of it, and then enjoy life for what it is, because life is made to enjoy. And we never know how long we're going to be here, but if we just take this moment and do the best that we can with it, that's all anybody would ever expect of it. And so that's what I try and do on a daily basis. And you've helped me, because I didn't know what I was doing. I still didn't really know what I'm doing here, but because I didn't realize how huge it was. It's like, okay, I'm going to do this, but it's like, it is huge. And I am just honored and humbled to be a part of this event. Just spectacular. Thank you. I just got to say thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for taking it on, because I know you're doing it huge, and what you're doing, and I'm thrilled too. It's because you are, and you've been sharing this. You're growing because of where you want to be going into next year too, and so
Yes.
and that's where I love the collaboration, is when everybody is winning, and you're gaining skills. You're having an opportunity in your own community to make a difference,
Mm-hmm.
and it works also because of your long range goals. And so
It does. I wake up and I start with gratitude. I start with the gratitude, and then the positivity. And it doesn't mean that sometimes I can't get, kind of, well, whenever you're doing good stuff and you're trying to do good things for yourself, there's going to be something or somebody that's going to try and rock that. But all that is an opportunity for you to be strong, because I recognize that from our pain and the adverse situations that we might experience, we can use that as our strength. We can use that as the learning lesson. And I just got to the point in my life where it's about pay it forward. It's about payback time. It's about do something for my community, for everybody. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I do with my Live with Nature stuff. That's what I do right here, right now. And so yeah.
we're talking about donations, and it's
Yes.
donations there, donations in Toronto, and donations here on the internet. And so if you're on CB4L.org, if you're YouTube, if you're Facebook, share, call your friends. Let's maximize the 1 for 2 today. This is Giving Tuesday, and we have a big goal, and we are behind. And I was hoping that we would be to $3,000 at least by noon my time, and I am going to check right now where we're at. We currently are, and I'm loading the site right now. We are at 14,1275. So we're going up, but we have a long way to go. So we're gonna make that happen.
I got a big goal. I got a super big goal. But you know what? If you don't think high and big, you're not going to get it. So, we need your help.
So you want to put it out there, what your goal is?
I'll put it out there. I have to go with what I just heard from Misty. Even if I get $5, that's awesome. Some people cannot afford to even do that. But you know what? I said, smile at somebody, go out there, do something, sign up to be a buddy. But my goal, I'm trying to raise $10,000 is what I'm trying to do. You know, I'm in an area that has some money, and I'm asking those people now, if you're watching this video and you're hearing us, please step up, help us to be able to spread the message of hope. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about being the light in the darkness here, but we need your help. We need you to contribute to Chemo Buddies for Life, CB4L.org. And so $10,000, that's my goal. Come on, let's help us make that. Let's go and make this happen. It takes action. You must empower yourself, because you know what? When you do something like that, it's going to make you feel so good. Even if you can afford $1, it doesn't really matter the dollar amount. Every dollar adds up, and we need your help.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. Now, are you sharing this out to your pages?
I'm not sharing it right now. The second I'm just talking with you.
Yeah, I know. But so what you want to do is when we go live this next stream, you're going to want to, and the last one, you're going to want to share those out to your pages.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be hearing your words saying what you just shared. So
okay, yeah. So when I'm done here, then I just need to go and share it. Is that the deal?
Yeah, go share it.
Yeah.
To your
I do that. I will do that. We've been putting out the word.
Yes.
If you're in the area, please come down. Come and join us. We're going to fire up the barbecue here just in a few minutes. All right. We got drinks. We got some food for you. We're working on the TVs. We'll get that sooner or later. All right.
Sounds fun. Okay.
Feel free to drop by.
Sarasota. Okay.
It is a party. Come on down, Siesta Key. We're right here for you. All right. Thank you.
Okay, I'm back, and here soon we're going to be grabbing our next link and then going straight through for 3 more hours. So how is it going there?
I don't know what side it's going. It's going awesome. We got the camera crews all set up. Everybody's tattooing. It's pretty exciting here.
So how many chairs do you have there, Misty?
We have 6 artists, but we have three people going right now on tattoos.
How exciting. And Carol, I know there we go. I know that you have had your tattoos, some of your tattoos done there, and you have one in particular that's really important to you in regards to this event, right?
It's you, Carol.
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Okay, no worries, no worries. We'll talk about that later. Yes. Well, what we're going to do is, if we've got 2 minutes until we need to start the next feed, so why don't I'm going to be closing down for just a second, and then have you guys go to the next link, and then we will be on the 3 hours going back and forth. All right.
Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to be upside down. There we go. So, as you can see,
Carol's having technical difficulties.
Oh, I just got booted.
Carol got booted.
Uh-oh, that's Sarasota. No. Okay, yes, you're booted.
You're booted.
Everybody.
Everyone get in there.
Can everybody get in? And 1, 2, 3. Welcome to Toronto!
Thank you.
Back
I'm glad to be here. Yes.
Wowzer.
Okay, we're going to go to the next link. Oh, I love it. I love it. And we'll be there for the 3 hours. So I'm going to close down and see you in just a moment.
Sounds good.